Welcome to my little channel where I'm trying to visit all the beaches on Cape Breton Island. Today I'm taking us to Kennington Cove. I'll tell you how to get there, what to expect when you arrive, and I'll end with some interesting information I dug up while researching this beach, so hang around till the end. We're headed to the eastern side of Cape Breton Island. To get to the beach, you'll drive through modern-day Lewisburg. You'll drive by the reconstructed historic town of Lewisburg. You'll drive along this dirt road, which takes you to Kennington Cove. There are two beaches, Kennington Cove Beach and Anson's Cove Beach. These coves are located on Gabarus Bay. How to get there. From the Big Fiddle in Sydney, it's a 47-minute drive. The nearest gas stations are in Catalone and Albert Bridge. Here's the welcome sign for the modern-day Lewisburg. There's a cannon and stonework and ironwork. When you see this sign, you've entered the historic site. We're headed here, where the arrow is pointing. How big is the Fortress of Lewisburg National Historic Site? Well, according to this document, it encompasses an area of 60 square kilometers. That's equivalent to just under 15,000 acres or 6,000 hectares. Follow the signs for Kennington Cove. Be aware there is a gate that gets closed at night. What time they close it depends on what time of summer it is, early summer, midsummer, or late summer. Early summer they close at 9 p.m., midsummer they close it at 8 p.m., and late summer they close it at 7 p.m. The following few clips of video gives you a sense of the drive, the road, and the landscape. When you see this sign here, you have arrived. Here's the parking area. Facilities. There are outhouses, but no lifeguards. And cell phone service is mostly non-existent, but sometimes you might get 1 bar of 3G. When I visited August 31st, 2024. Here is the picnic area. I'll talk about this a little later in the video. Parks Canada has animal-proof trash receptacles and a place to put used charcoal after you've done your barbecuing. There's a caution sign for rip currents, and they warn you to stay away from the edge of the bank. Here's the view. Here's the view of Kennington Cove and Gabarus Bay beyond. Have a good look at that. To get down to the beach, there's a sloped path on the left. Of the two beaches we're going to visit today in this video, This beach here is less visited, and you can clearly see that by the lack of footprints in the sand. Here's a little peek of Kennington Brook that flows to the cove. How's the water? The two beaches in this video are both known for being wavy, and the water is cool. Beach kittens. I'm kidding. I didn't see any beach kittens, but these little birds, I think they're plovers, they were everywhere. One, two, and three. They were super cute, and I watched them for a while. There's a ton of sand here, and I'm happy to see it because after Hurricane Fiona in 2022, most of the sand had been washed away, so I'm happy to see it came back. Okay, let's leave here and go to the second beach. Lots of people prefer the second beach. The second beach is called Anson's Cove Beach, and absolutely no one I know calls it that. Everyone I know just calls this whole place Kennington Cove. Just like the first beach, you have to keep your dog on a leash, no overnight camping, and no fires allowed. When I visited, there was only one other vehicle there. From the parking lot, it's about a 5-minute walk to the beach. There's a picnic area with some tables and a pair of outhouses at the top of the hill. This is also an unsupervised beach. And here's the view. That there, I'll talk about that a little later. Okay, I'm going to leave the picnic area and head down to the beach. This beach is even easier to walk to than the last one. There's a service road that leads down to the shore. Tons of sand here too, and underfoot it felt a little finer than Kennington Cove Beach, just a little finer. Here's a look at the water. There was one lady swimming with a friend while I was there, but I avoided getting them on camera. Okay, this is the part of the video where I tell you about some interesting information I learned while researching the beach. In the 1700s, Cape Breton Island was a French colony. France named it Île Royale. The port of Lewisburg was strategically chosen as the capital. Lewisburg was surrounded on 3 sides by water and from the rear by marshy ground, which would theoretically prevent attackers from placing artillery within firing range. France fortified the town by building a wall all around it, in some places 11 meters thick. It took nearly 30 years to construct. Multiple bastions were built. These were sections of the fortification that projected outward. Dauphin Bastion. FYI, fun fact, Dauphin is the title of the eldest son of the King of France, heir to the throne. It also means dolphin in French, but in this case, I think they're referring to the prince. Then there is the King's Bastion, followed by the Queen's Bastion. And then you have the Princess Bastion, which is shaped a little differently. On to Brouillan Bastion. And then the last one, Maurepas Bastion. There were 4 gates to get inside. The Dauphin Gate, the Frederick Gate, as well as the Queen's Gate and the Maurepas Gate. There were emplacements for 148 cannons. There were multiple batteries. The entrance to the port was incredibly well defended. 1758 Siege of Louisburg. On May 29th, 1758, a fleet of British Navy ships departed Halifax and sailed to Louisburg. How many ships? How many men? The numbers vary depending on what you read on the internet, but I found this. It's called An Authentic Account of the Reduction of Louisburg in June and July 1758. It reports well over 12,000 men and a total of 41 Navy ships. Of these, 23 were large warships and 18 were smaller frigates but still had considerable firepower. They arrived in Gabrous Bay June 2nd. This map, titled A Map of Gabrous Bay Adjoining to Louisburg, describes it as, "This bay is so extensive that the whole British Navy may ride in it with safety." Imagine this filled with ships. British Army officer James Wolfe and his men landed at this place on June 8th, 2 o'clock in the morning. The location is marked by this cairn and plaque. Historic Sites and Monuments Board of Canada is called Wolfe's Landing. Here are some illustrations depicting the landing. The French were outmanned and outgunned. What followed was nearly 2 months of fighting. But eventually the French surrendered the 27th of July, 1758, and it's hard to believe what happened next. Beginning in 1760, Lewisburg was systematically destroyed by British engineers. What had taken 30 years to build was destroyed. Here on this map, you can see ruins of Lewisburg. 200 years later, in the 1960s, the Canadian federal government began a reconstruction project. Fortress of Lewisburg is the largest historical reconstruction project ever undertaken in North America. Over a quarter of the original town was rebuilt. Incredible and something to be so very proud of. If you've never visited, you should definitely go. And if you've already visited, go again. According to the 2024 Visitor Guide, they're open till the end of October. Hey, if you enjoyed this video about Kennington Cove and the Fortress of Louisburg, the best way to support the channel is to subscribe and watch more videos. Watch the videos all the way to the end, hit like, leave a comment. All of that sends positive signals to YouTube, and as a result, YouTube pushes my channel to more people. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Check out the playlists I've created just for you. Check out the video description. And as always, I want to thank you so much for watching. I want you to have a great day, and I'll see you sometime next week. Bye for now.